Okay, so we are live. Oh, yeah. Hello, good evening, and welcome back to our last day for the JavaScript. And actually, it's all about project here. So today we are actually going to make something. So with whatever we learned till now. So by the way, let me just see how many people are here. So 14. So let's just wait for 5 more minutes, and so that like the viewer counts may increase, and then we will get start. And by the way, let me just show you the project that we are going to do today. So as you can see, this was a thing that we did yesterday. So I will just give you a quick recap, like how we did, and what we are going to do today. Let me just start my Epic Pen first of all. And also, let me just show you the project that we are going to make today. So it's a game. And so here, let me just explain you what is the project first of all. So it's a game, and here we have to guess a number between 1 to 20. Okay. So here we just have to guess a number between 1 to 20. And there is a lucky number which is automatically generated. So lucky number could be anything between 1 to 20, and we have to guess that lucky number. So let's just try our first attempt. So maybe let's just guess like lucky number is 5. So just put 5 here and check. So no, 5 is not the lucky number. And we are also going to give some suggestion that the lucky number is more than 5. So that's why I'm just showing a message here that your number is too low. That means the lucky number is greater, like is smaller than 5. Okay, whatever. So yeah, the lucky number is actually greater than 5. So let me just try it again. So let's just go with 7. Okay, and okay. So again, a 7 is less than the lucky number. So let's just try with 10. Okay, so 10 is also not a lucky number. 15. And also let me just try 19. Okay, so the 19 was the lucky number, and we can also replay it. So again we have to guess the lucky number. So lucky number is basically, it's automatically generated between 1 to 20, and we are actually checking that how lucky we are. So if you're too much lucky, you will guess the number at the first attempt, and if you're super unlucky like me, you will try, like you have to try a lot. And there is little bit of score and high score and all. So we are going to make this, and I will just also explain you this game one more time. And you can find this game online also, like there are too many variations for this game, and it's a very good project to start with. So that's almost I just choose this project every time. Okay, hello, good evening. Okay, how to download the certificate? Yeah, I will let you know how to download the certificate. I couldn't attend the due to the head where the view, you have to check for the assignment, like assignment, we have two assignments. And by the way, if you just watch today's stream, you will be able to complete both the assignments for day 3 and day 4 and day 5. Okay, you will be able to do that. So everybody is here. So shall we start, or let me just give you a quick recap. And by the way, I will just announce the winners in the middle of the stream. So just be live here. So can you explain the assignment of day 3? Yeah, I will explain you the assignment of day 3. First of all, I have to see what was the assignment. Yeah, I will explain you, by the way. Don't worry. Like after today's session, everything will be clear to you. Okay. Google have named a grasshopper to learn JavaScript. It's worth taking certificate from there. Okay, so I honestly don't know about the glass hopper. Maybe it's a good thing or not. Okay. Okay, so let me just start. And before starting, let me just give you a quick recap, like what we did yesterday. So yesterday I just told you how actually we can manipulate our HTML. So if you just want to manipulate anything from your HTML, so we call it our document actually. So it's our document. And if you want to manipulate any content, any element or styling or anything, first of all, the first step was to grab that particular element that you want to style or modify. So for that, we have multiple ways. Like we could use get element by ID. We had like get element by class name. and query selector, and get elements by tag name. So here we have the whole list that I will share with you. So this is the list. So we have get element by id. By the way, let me just uncomment everything. Okay, let me just uncomment everything so it will be easier for you to see afterwards. Okay, here we are. And let me just open. So we had like get element by id, query selector all, get elements by class name, get element by tag name, and children and parent element. That I will tell you about today. Like it's not so important, but I will cover these two things within a minute. And for the manipulation, I told you about the inner text and the text content in our HTML and remove, and I will just cover rest of the things today while doing the project. Okay. So by the way, like we covered this thing, like we updated the style yesterday. To update the style, I just told you three ways in which you can update the style. The first way was very easy. Just select the thing that you want to style, and what you can do, you can just do directly. Like if you want to style the box, just do box dot style a border and whatever style you want to give. And second way was to like type all of your styling in this manner, like box dot style and everything you can write directly here. And the third way was to toggle the class, so we can add or remove the class. Okay, so that was all that we did yesterday. And if you need more recap, I can give you as well. Okay, so do let me know that how are you. I'm fine. Can you explain it, what you want to what you want me to explain? Just sir, can you suggest me some platform where we can practice? Oh, there is a very good platform where you can practice is your VS Code. So this is your there is no platform as such things like that. If you just want to learn our software engineering, your laptop and a code editor is more than enough. So just start doing your stuff here. You don't need any platform or something like that. So it's not like DSA or that problem solving skill or something like that. It's pure software engineering, like pure coding. So you don't need any kind of platform for that. Just start doing your stuff, creating your stuff. It's, like start from very beginning, like just create a web page, then add some functionality, do some styling and all. And after that, you can move to backend stuff and all. So like it's a big, huge journey, long journey basically. Okay. And let me know like what you want me to explain. Made the quiz game in JavaScript. Okay, we are yeah, that's great. Somebody did the assignment. Okay. If you use mobile decoder, yes, we can use our mobile to decode. It's written how lucky you are, but it should be how lucky you are. You are okay. So there may be spell. Oh, sorry. So there is a little bit of a spelling mistake. So thank you for telling me. How lucky you are. Why? Okay, you are. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so let's start with today's session. And okay, let me just go through the chat. I will explain the assignment. Can you suggest me some platform? ये हो गया है. Okay, I will just cover this thing as well. Thanks, but you can explain it. Okay, let me just start with this thing. So yesterday, what we did, we grabbed the element and we updated it. Okay, like for that, I used get element by ID, and today we are going to use all of these things in a single go. Okay, and we updated styling and as well as okay. Now at the very end, I just told you how to set up an event listener. Remember, I just told you how to set up an event listener on the any element, so that you, and what are these events? Events is like mouse click, drag and drop, hover, any kind of thing that user performs on your web page is an event. And actually what we can do, we can listen for that event, and as soon as that event happens, we can perform some function and all. So it is the like demo for that. So I just want to set up an event listener on the box element. So what is the box here? So this is a box. So the ID of this division is box. So I grab this box with the ID. Okay. So I grab this box with get element by ID. And after that, I am setting up a event listener on this box. Okay. So how to do that? Box and dot. Okay. Box dot add event listener. It's a function, add event listener. In the first parameter, you have to pass the name of event. So we have a list of events. So I shared you a link where you can find all the events. So click is the event that we are going to listen for. And as soon as this event happens, we want to execute this function. Like you can write any function that you want, and you can just write there. So it will going to like happen as soon as this event happens. Okay, now let me just tell you about the last thing. So for that, I'm just going to comment out everything here. Okay, so and also this function, but basically this is the function that is actually changing the background. So I will explain you how it is happening. By the way, I just want to tell you one more thing, that we can not only modify some of the elements, we can also create some HTML element, and we can add this into our website. Okay, this web page. So suppose I just want to add a h1 tag here. Okay, you just want to add a h1 tag here, which was not already present here. So like what we can do, there is a thing called create element. So let me just show it to you. Create element. Okay, so we can actually create an element. So let me just do it for you. So you can first of all, for that, just do document dot create element. Okay, create element. Okay, and inside, it's a function, and inside this function you have to pass the type of element that you want to create. Like it could be anchor tag, division, span tag, or h1 tag. You can create basically anything. So what I'm going to do, let's just create a h1 tag. Okay, so this function is actually going to create a h1 tag for you. And what we can do, we can store this element in another variable. So like, let me just type it heading. Okay, heading, that's great. And if I just do a console.log for this heading, so you will see that it's an element. Like we have created a HTML element. So let me just go here, and as you can see, so we have created a h1 tag. Okay, h1 element. Okay, so we have created. Now what we can do, in this element we can append, what we can do, we can put some text content inside of it. So it is very easy. Heading dot inner HTML, or like text content. Okay, text content, hello world, you can put anything here. Okay, so if I just do a console.log heading. Okay, and if I just give it a save, so you can see it, that we have created an element, we have modified our own created element, and we have added like this hello world inside of it. Now the fun part comes here. Like we have created our element, but we just want to add this element to this website, like this web page. How we are going to do that? It's very easy. First of all, you have to select the element on which you want to like append this thing, add this thing, whatever you want to say it, you can call it. So I just want to add this heading inside this box. So for that, you have to grab this box, and we have done it already. And after that, what we can do, just type box dot append, and inside this, just pass the element that you want to append. So like I just want to add this, and if I just give it a save, so you can see it, like this element which we created is added to our website. And let me just give you a quick recap. And by the way, if you just want to append this heading tag in the body, you can just do directly, like document dot body. Okay, like you don't have to grab the body and rest of like the most important text. Like if you just want to grab the body, you don't have like you have to select the body, you don't have to do anything. You can just directly type document dot body. Okay, if you just do document dot body, it will automatically select the body for you. Similarly, if you just want to grab the heading, just do document dot head, so it will grab the head for you. So we don't have to like grab the body tag and the head tag and the HTML tag like in this way. And by the way, if you just want to add something in the body, just do document.body append and heading. Okay, and if I just give it a save, and so here we have our hello world in the body. Okay, and we have actually two functions by which we can append something. Like one way is by using append, and we have one more way called append child. So I will just cover what is the difference between these two. Okay, but let me just go through the chat, and I'm just going to ask you like whatever I just told you, you got like thoda bahut samajh aa gaya, like 50%, 60%, so that I can be assured that you got the thing. Otherwise, I just going to give you a quick recap as well. Okay. 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 Okay, you got, yeah, that's very great. That's very great. Okay, so let me just show you that we have two ways to append anything on like on our web page. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to append everything inside this box. Okay, like as say. Okay, So box.append or box.append, and inside the append, what you can pass a string also, like I am appended. Okay, I am appended thing. Okay, and if I just give it a save, so you can see I am appended thing is like here. Okay, is it's appended in this thing. Okay, and also you can append multiple things. So you can append if you just want to add multiple things, just write all the things and separate them by comma. So let me just create a span tag as well. So by the way, let me just create like one more thing. Let's just create like circle. Okay, so circle document dot create element by div, and circle dot style, and let me just do some styling here, and the styling is going to be very easy with 100 pixel, height 100 pixel, and border radius 50, and let me just give it a background color of black. So I just wanted to append this circle as well. So by the way, what I'm saying, trying to say it, that you can append multiple things. So like the first thing will get appended first, and whatever you are like specifying after comma will be appended one by one. But there is one more way to append something like your in your like in your HTML element, but that way is append child. Okay, append child. But I don't personally use it because it has some drawbacks. Like if you are using append child, first of all, it is just going to do exactly same thing. But the problem is, by using append child, you cannot like add some string. Okay, it won't add any kind of a string and all, but append will actually append the string as well. So if I just do append, and if I just give it a save, so as you can see, the string is appended. But in the case of append child, you can only append any element. Okay, and the second problem with append child is that you can only append single item at a time. Okay, so like circle is added here, but if you want to add the heading as well, so it's not possible. But in the case of append, you can add multiple things as well. So that's why I just personally use append instead of append child. I hope I'm clear to you. Okay, that's great. And now let me just tell you about the last thing. The last thing is that if I just go over here, and you can see there is a division. Okay, this is our division. And let me just create an input field here as well. Okay, let me just create an input field as well. Okay, that was not good. Okay, so I'm just going to create an input field, and let me just give it ID, like ID of let's just give it ID like input. Okay, like input, no, not input, name. Okay, like it's say like it's the most easy thing that I can remember, and the value, and value is going to be any nothing. And if you want to, like, you can add a placeholder, enter your name. Okay, so what are these things? Okay, so what are these things? So if you are comfortable with HTML, you will know that these are the attributes. These are the attributes for your HTML element. Okay, isn't it? And what I want to say that tell you that you can basically modify these attributes. You can get these attributes, you can update these attributes, you can remove these attributes, you can do anything. So let me just grab that name input field. Okay, name input field. So it was, let me just grab that by ID. So I'm just going to grab that input field by ID. And now let me just do a console.log for you. Console.log name input. And if I just go here, and let me just open the console panel. Okay, so here we have our input field, and these are the attributes, isn't it? So how we can grab these attributes? For that, all you have to do is to just type dot get attributes, and inside this function, you can type the attribute that you want to get. Like if you want to get the placeholder, just type placeholder. And if I just give it a save, so we are just getting the placeholder. Okay, and there's very easy way to like achieve this. So let me just tell you that, like if you want to grab the placeholder, so I'm just going to create a placeholder variable. And how I'm going to get the placeholder? The element for which you want to get the attributes, get attribute, and inside this function pass the attribute that you want to grab. So let me just do a console.log, and it's very easy, by the way. And okay, so here we get enter a name. Let me just grab any other attribute, like ID is also attribute, so we are getting ID here. And let me just do for the value, and if you do value, you are going to get the value, and value was nothing. Okay, value is blank. So Sanjay, let me just put a value here. So we are getting Sanjay here. Okay. And there is a very easy way to do that. And the like you can directly type here. If you just want to get the placeholder, you can do directly. If I just do console.log the field for which you want to get the attributes dot placeholder, okay, and if you do this you will again going to get the attributes. So these are the two ways by which you can get the attribute, but there is a little bit of different in these two ways. And the difference is if you just set up any custom attribute, like the attribute which is not generally present here, like mm, no, let's just say uh, upgrade. Okay, upgrade is our attribute. So upgrade is not a default attribute for the input field. Okay. So if I just try to get this attribute just by doing this, I'm not going to get anything. Okay, I'm getting undefined. There's nothing like this upgrade. And if I just put any value here as well, custom attribute, custom, okay, custom. So I'm not getting anything. But if I just do put this upgrade here, okay, so you can get the values for the custom attribute as well. Okay, so that is the difference between get attribute. And if you just want to, like, if you're not grabbing, like if you're not getting any custom attributes, like this is not a attribute for the input element, we have like we could say like we from our side just putting it, using it here. So that's why we can, you can directly use get attribute and it will just grab all the custom attribute as well. But it's it happens very rarely that you're going to use it. And let me just tell you that you can also update the attribute. So let me just update the placeholder. Okay, so let's just get the placeholder, and for that what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do like placeholder. Okay, and you can directly update the placeholder. How to update the placeholder? It's very easy. Like if you want to update the placeholder, just name input dot placeholder, and like whatever thing you want to like set here, like hello updated placeholder. And if you just give it a save, and if I just go to my web page, so as you can see, like let me just clear the value first of all. Okay, so updated placeholder, as you can see the updated placeholder is here. So it's very easy to update the placeholder. Like any default attribute, you can literally just do grab the element for which you want to update the attribute and just put dot. And let's suppose I just want to update the ID. Okay, or let's just update the value. Okay, if you just want to get update the value, I am updated value, and if I just give it a save, so as you can see the attribute, the value of the input field is updated. So these are some ways. By the way, we have one more way to update the values and some more ways, and I'm just going to tell you about these while we are doing our project. Okay, so let me just go through the chat first of all, and let's see what is going here. Sir, could you please repeat this? Yes, I'm going to do this. I don't actually know about the attendance. You can just check the ping chat here, so you will see all the details here. Okay. Please make an app project, not website. Make an app in the project, not a website. Utpal Patel. Like we can create an app, but it's out of the scope of this. Okay. How to add a class on the element, on the and ID on the element. Okay, I will just let you know how show the div when clicking the specific button. How to show a div when clicking on a specific button. Okay, I will cover this as well. How we can only append inside of, how can we only just append inside the body part? Yes, you can do. You can just append anything inside the body. Just do document dot body and dot append. Okay, append, and if you just put anything, so it will be just appended to the body. So you can append anything. Okay, and by the way, we have one more thing called document dot body dot pre. Like we have this pre append or something like that. I will just let you know. Okay. And okay, so some of the doubts for of you, like the doubts from you will be covered as soon as we are okay, as soon as we start doing our project. Okay, so let's just start our project, and let me just minimize this. And here we have our project. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this and for class. So here we have a project, and I will first of all, I'm just going to explain the project to you, like what we are going to achieve and how it is going to work. And I'm just going to tell you each step, like step by step, and I hope all of your doubts will be covered. Okay, so here I have a very basic HTML. Like there is nothing fancy here. Like the styling, maybe the styling part is little huge, but I try to use the as basic styling. Like you can find this program and the internet as well. So it's very easy. Let me zoom it out. Okay, so actually this is a game, and in this game we have to guess a number between 1 to 20. So the game will automatically generate a lucky number for you. Okay, so as soon as I refresh, as soon as I give it a refresh, or as soon as I open this web page, so it will actually generate a random number for me, like a lucky number. Lucky number could be anything, but it will be only between 1 to 20. And now I have to guess the lucky number. And if I just guess the lucky number correctly, I will win. And if I just guess the wrong number, the game will give me a hint that if my number is smaller than the lucky number, if the number is greater than the lucky number, and depend like using those hints, we can try to find the lucky number. And as we are like trying to get as we are like giving the wrong suggestions, like wrong guesses, my score will decrease. And if the score is 0, I will lose the game. Okay, so let's just try it. Okay, so let me just give it a refresh. So let's just try. The lucky number is going to be 3 and check it. Okay. Okay, by the way, sorry, this game is not working. First of like there is no JavaScript in this game. So we are going to make this game. So this was the working prototype. So let me just open this. So like I am using this project since ages. Like मेरे को रट गया ये पूरा का पूरा game. Okay, so let me just guess number 3. Okay, so my number is too high. Okay, so it's saying that my guess is wrong and my guess is too high. That means the lucky number is between 0 and 3. So let's just try 2. Okay, so yeah, okay, oh my god, I'm lucky. So I just guessed the correct output in 2 tries. Let me just give it a refresh. So let's just guess number 19, 19. Okay, so my number is too high. Okay, let's just try 15. Okay, it's again too high. Let's just go with 12. It's too low. So the number is between 12 and 15. So let's try 13. Okay, it's too low. So I think it's 12. It's too low. 11. Okay, it should be, it's too low. Let's just go with 16. Okay, by the way, I have added a cheating way, so you can just go here. So number is 14. Okay. Okay, we won. So 14, and it took me 5 tries to guess the correct number. So that's why I just told you I'm not that like. Okay, by the way, let's just make this game, and you can add your own stuff in this game. Like it's completely upon you. You can add some flavor like that. It's like it's your as soon as this session is over, you can do anything with this thing. Okay, so now let's just try to make this thing a reality. So let me just go through our HTML. So we have a little bit of header. So how lucky you are. Then we have a paragraph tag, a button here. Okay, so the button, like this is going to be your last assignment. You have to like create a play again button. It's going to be very easy. And after that, we have some more stuff going on here. Like we have our input field and we have a button here as well. So first, like the first step that we now I'm going to tell you how to make your application or a software. So for that, always split your project or the product that you want to make into smaller pieces and target each piece one by one. Okay, so like you cannot take down a huge monster in a single go. First of all, like thoda sa like small bits, divide your problem. So let me just split this problem into simpler steps. The first step is to generate a lucky number. Okay, generate a lucky number. Okay, second step is to get the input from the user. Input from user. And third step is to check whether the input is correct or not. Okay, check. Okay, third step is to check. So these are the 3 steps that we want to do. There are a little bit more steps, like inside the check, if the guess is correct, okay, show winner. Okay, if the guess is wrong, we have to show the hint that your number is too high or your number is too low. Okay, and let me just take down the first step. So first step is to generate a lucky number. Okay, a random number. So how I'm going to do this? So let me just create a lucky number. Const lucky number. Okay, lucky number. And for that, what I'm going to use, there is a function in JavaScript called math.random. Okay, so this function is inbuilt. Okay, and by the way, it's the first and last time that we are going to use a function like this in this project. Okay, so this number will actually generate a random number for us between 0 and 1. So let me just do a console.log for this lucky number so that we can see that if we are getting the lucky number or not. Let me just close this. Okay, here we are. Okay, so here we are. So as soon as we refresh, as you can see, we are getting a random number between 0 and 1. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to perform little bit of mathematics. So if I just want to convert this number from 0 to 1, what we will do, we will just multiply it by 10. So now we will be getting the number between 0 to 10. Okay, so as you can see, we are getting a random number between 0 and 10. So as soon as I get like 7, 3, 4, and now what I want to do, I just want to remove this decimal part. And if you want to remove the decimal part, we have a function again like math.floor, and whatever number you pass inside it, is actually going, it's just going to remove all the decimal places. Okay, and let me just do a console.log. Okay, so now we are getting a random number between 1 to 10. Okay, and if you want to get a number between 1 to 20, just multiply it by 20. And it's not related to JavaScript, it's not related to programming, it's just simple maths. And I cannot explain you more maths than this because I barely passed, like cleared my board exam of maths. So that's most I can do for you. So this is mathematics. So first of all, we are generating a random number between 0 to 1, and after that we are multiplying that number by 20 so that we can get a random number between 1 to 20. And by using math.floor function, we are removing the decimals. Okay, that's all. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write this all in a single line. Okay, so I'm just going to write this all thing. Let me just okay, lucky number. So for that I'm going to do random number between, okay, 0, 0 and 1. Okay, const, okay, random number between 0 to 19 by multiplying it by 20. And third step, and const removed decimal. Okay, so that's here we have. So first step, it is generate a random number. Second step, we multiplied the number by 20 to get a number between 0 and 19. And after that, by passing that number inside this thing, we are actually removing the decimal part. So it's our actually the lucky number. Okay, it's our lucky number. That's great, the lucky number. And now, so the first part is completed. So I can just do a console.log for the lucky number so that we can actually check what is the lucky number. Because I don't want to like guess all the time. So we will always console log the lucky number so that we can cheat. Okay, here we are. Now let's just move to second part. Now what I have to do, I just want to grab the input, like I want to take the input from the user. So for that, let me just check where is the input field. So here is our input field. Okay, here is our input field. Okay, and the ID of this input field is guessing. So let me just grab this input field by its ID. Okay, and let me just give it a value here. Okay, this is the value, and also let me just give it a type of number. Okay, number. So here I have created an input field. Okay, with the type of number. The class guess, ID is guessing, value is nothing, like you can put a value 0 here directly, and the type is number. That's great. So let me just grab this input field. So like user guess equals to document dot get element by ID, and the ID of the input field was guessing. Okay, guessing. Okay, user guess input field. Input, let me just do input fild input in let me just do user input. Okay, user input, and let's just do a console.log for it. Console.log user input, and if I just go over here, and you will see that we have successfully grabbed that field. Okay, that's great. So now we grab that. So let me just put a comment here. So comment is going to be like, and by the way, let me just tell you about the comments. If you just want to write anything apart from coding, you can just put two slashes, and anything that you write after it will is actually going to be ignored. So why we use comment? We use comment to like make our code little bit more readable. So that's why we just use these comments. So let me just put a comment here, and I just use a special extension in VS Code, which is actually called better comments. Okay, better comments. So you can just download it, and after that you can also like write some colorful comments and all. So it was the extension that I'm using. So better comments. Now we are going to get the input from the user. Okay, that's great. And to get the like what is the input value, like if I just do a dot value, so actually we are going to get the value, and the value is 0 for now. So now we are getting the value from our input field. Now we have to write the third thing. Okay, now now check now check if the user input is equals to the lucky number. Okay, and for that I'm going to write a function. Okay, and for that let me just type a function here, check number. Okay, so I'm just creating a function called check number, and for that what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the value from the user input. So like what if I just do a console.log user input dot value, user input dot value. Okay, so what is the user input dot value? So user input is actually that input field, and dot value is whatever written inside of it. Okay, so user input dot value. And what I'm going to do now, first of all, we have to grab that button. So I'm just going to grab this button, check button by the ID. So let's just grab this button, const check button. Okay, equals to document dot get element by ID, and the ID was check, I think. Okay, the ID is check. Okay, now what I want to do, I just want to set up an event listener on this button. So any time like somebody clicks over this button, I just want to execute this function. I want to execute this function check number. For that what I'm going to do, check button, I just want to add an event listener on this check button, add event listener, add event listener, and the type of event that I'm looking for is click, and the function that I want to execute as soon as the user click on this button is this function. Okay, so let's just try like what we have done till now. So let me just open our project here. Okay, here we have our project. So if I just if I just click over this button, as you can see, I'm getting the output like whatever the value here. So if I just put 12 here, I'm getting 12. 123, I'm getting 123. If I just put a 34, I'm getting 34. Why we are getting this? Because this function which I have written for the event listener is actually logging out the user input dot value. And what is this user input? User input is this input field, and dot value, user input dot value actually contains the value. Okay, so actually we are grabbing this attribute. Okay, so we are grabbing this attribute. And by the way, you could have also used the get attributes like get attribute dot value as well, but as I told you, it's not necessary. If you are just grabbing some default attributes, you don't have to like do this. So if I just open my console panel, so it will work exactly same. Okay, by the way, there is a little bit of difference. So for that, let me just give it a save. Okay, so I forgot to give it a save. So you are getting 2. Okay, why we are not getting? Okay, there is a difference in get attribute. Okay, so it will just get the attribute initial attribute only. By the way, let me just put value here for now. I will just explain what just happened. Okay, that's great. Now our next step is to check. Okay, let's just do a checking. Okay, so like for checking, what we are going to do, if, and by the way, if you can closely see here, as soon as I click over this thing, we are getting the number. But let me just tell you that this thing is a string. Okay, it's not a number, it's a string, because number actually looks like this. So if I just do a console.log for the lucky number as well. Okay, lucky number, as you can see, in the console, number always come in the bluish color, and the string always comes in white color. So why we are getting a string here? Because this input field of HTML will always give you a string. Okay, it will never give you a number. It will always give you a string, and there is a very easy way to convert a string into a number. Is to, like, if let me just show it to you. So if I have a const str, and the value of str is 10. Okay, so this thing is a string. So if I just do a console dot log for str, okay, so we will get a string here. Okay, so 10 is a string, and we can easily convert this string into a number. All you have to do is to wrap this thing inside number. Okay, so if I just want to convert this, so const str to number, and how to do this? Just type number, and inside this pass the string which you want to convert into number. But keep in your mind that the string should be like in number. It should not be like Sanjay or a title or anything like that. Now if I just do a console.log for a string to number and the string as well, you will see that we are going to get the exact output, but the color of that thing is different. So it's in the blue color, and it's in the it's in the whitish color. So that is the difference. So I just cleared this thing to you, but by the way, it was not required for this thing, but still. So const user guess is equals to number, and inside this, what I want to do, user input dot value. Okay, user input dot value. And what is this user input dot value? Like whatever input that user has given. And now we are converting this thing into a number, and we are saving it into a variable. Now the rest of the things is very easy. If the user guess is equals to the lucky number, we will just like show a alert, you guessed the correct answer, and else what we will do, sorry, you have guessed the wrong answer. So let us just try that if it's working or not. By the way, lucky number is 10 for now. Let me just give it a quick refresh. Okay, so if I just put like 12 here, so sorry, you guessed the wrong answer. And what is the right answer, by the way? 14. So if I just put a 14 here, so I'm getting you guessed the right. Okay, you guessed is right. But this is not we want to do. What what I want to do here. So if I just guess the correct output, I just want to show a message here. Okay, like in this part. So if I just you want to update this part. So what you want to do? First, we have to grab this thing. So let's just grab this part first of all. So let's just go over to HTML, and let's just locate where is this thing start guessing span is. So here we have. So the ID is message. Okay, the ID is message. So what I want to do, let's just grab this thing first. And to grab this thing, let me just grab this here. Okay. Okay, const message msg box. Okay, message box equals to document dot get element by id, and the id is message. Okay, let's just do query selector. Okay, too much of get element by id, and for this I have to put a hash here. Okay, and as soon as we have guessed something, what I want to do, on the message box inner HTML, I just want to you are right, or you can do text content. So message box dot text content. Okay, message box dot text content, you are right or you are wrong. So if I just go over here and put 1 here, so you are wrong. And let me just see what is the correct output. Like a number is 5, so let me just type 6 here, we are wrong. And if I just type 5 here, so you are right. Okay, and one more thing that I want to do, I just want to change the styling as well. Like you can change the styling, and also you can put an emoji here as well. So let me just put an emoji here. Like now it's completely upon you. So we have like covered the basic structure of our application, and I'm going to give you a quick recap. If you have any doubt, just do let me know in the chat, like if you have any doubt here. Okay, too much of message deleted. Why? Okay, we will get the certificate after making all the assignment. Yes, you like you have to make some of the assignment. We can also check by type of ID. Yes, Ajay, we can do. How you made that bar at the placeholder? Which bar you are asking for? Okay, this line, this thing, or like it's a basically it's just a division. Okay, just ask me. Like it's a very basic HTML. So if you have any question related to the HTML page, I cannot cover. Okay. Which extension you are using? Above the button. Above the button. Okay, you're asking about this box. It's an input field. Okay, it's an input field. Let me just show it to you. So it's an input field, and let me just remove the class. Okay, so I have just given it a styling or something like that. So let me just remove, and if I just give it a quick refresh, and let me just go here, and also the ID. Okay, like I have to go to the CSS part. Like it's been years. Um, Number again. This is the guess button. I think the input guessing. Okay, the class is guess for the class. Okay. By the way, I have started the game 2 times, I think. Okay, let me just close this one, 554. Okay, let's just go over here, and if I just give it a refresh, it's 553. Okay, and it's all styling, by the way. So if I just remove this and give it a refresh, so as you can see, it's just a input field. Okay, it's just an input field. And I have just given it a styling, and the styling is very easy. Like background color, none. Little bit of border, font family. Color is just it's inheriting the color, font size, padding, width, text line, display block, and margin. That's all. Like very basic styling. Okay. Okay. By the way, just let me just give you a quick recap, like what we have done till now. So for that, I have just first step was to generate a random number. Okay, the lucky number, and we logged out the lucky number to generate a lucky number. We use the inbuilt function which is already present in a JavaScript, like math.random. It will just give you a random number between 0 and 1, and to convert this number between 0 and 1 from like 1 to 20, we like applied our Einstein mind and multiplied that number by 20. It's very basic mathematics, and I still don't know how it's working. And after that, I just removed the decimal part by using another function called math.floor. We have like math.ceiling, math.pi. We have like other mathematical functions. We have like this math have like lots of functions related to mathematics. By using these three things, I have just created a random number. And after that, what we did, we grabbed the input field, and we also grabbed the message box. So this is the input field. Let me just show you. So this input field, this is our span which have the ID of guessing, and this is the button. Okay, so we just grabbed these three things. So let me just put all the grabbing stuff together. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put all these things at the very top. Okay, like selecting all the elements. Let me just put a comment here, selecting elements which are going to be used. So we can select all the possible requirements at the very top. It's going to make our life a little bit easy. And after that, what I'm doing here, and I'm setting up an event listen on the button, and the event is click. As soon as somebody clicks on this button, what we are going to do, we are going to get the number, like the user input dot value. So we are going to get the value from the input field, and we are going to check if the input like we are also converting that the input value to a number. Why? Because obviously the thing is in the input field of HTML, it will always return a string. So that's why I just pass inside a number. By the way, it's not necessary. You can just remove it. Okay, and you can just remove it. And instead of using triple equals to, you can directly use double equals to. And remember, in the second session, what I told, that if the number is same, even though the type is different, this double equals to will give you the true output. Okay, so if you just don't want to convert it into like into the number, you can do this as well, but always try to follow the best practices. So that's why I'm just doing this. And after that, we have just like check the if the number is equals to lucky number, and if it's not, then if you are showing the you are wrong. But now our step, we just don't want to show that you are wrong. We just want to also give it some hint. So what is the hint that we are going to give? So we are just going to tell the user that the number you have given is larger or smaller than the correct number. So how we are going to achieve it, just do let me know in the chat first. And also just tell me how we are going how we can update the styling of our website, like this game. So we, as soon as user input something, so we can also change some color as well, so it will look a little bit pretty. So I just want these answers from your side, and no worries, you can give your best, just try to guess. Okay, what is the last submission day? I think there is no last submission day. By the way, Till you are guessing, I will just try to figure out. Okay, Gayatri. Yeah, I will tell everything slowly. Actually, I was just giving you a quick Actually, I was just giving you recap. That's why I was speaking in so quickly. That's the only reason. How to make a quick scheme in the image assignment. Okay, I will just tell you, Akhil. I will let you know how to create that. What you did to change the okay, Alisha, I will cover that. How? By the way, just try to answer that question that I have asked you. Like how we can like show a message and give a hint. Okay, just try to answer that. I will just wait for you for 5 more minutes. Until then, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stop the screen sharing and I will answer all of the questions. Like last day for assignment. Okay, that's great. And because we also do a little bit of like personal talk here, so I cannot share the screen. Mm, okay. थोड़ा सा alert box. But we can do that. Okay, I will tell you a better way. Yes, I think Shubham Kumar is trying to answer. By the way, let me just tell you how we can achieve this thing. My screen is visible to you? Oh, okay, it is not. It is not. Okay, now it is. Let me just show you how we can show the guess, like a hint, by the way, how we can do that. First of all, we have to check we are going to give the hint only if the answer is wrong, obviously. So if the guess is correct, we will just show the message you are correct. But if the answer is wrong, we will do the checking again. If the user guess is greater, if the user guess is greater than the lucky number, what we are going to do? So it was very easy, but let me show. So in the else part, what we are going to do, if the user guess is wrong, we will check again. If the user guess is greater than the lucky number, we will say that in the message box, I think I misspelled the message box. I written it mag box. Okay, no worries, it's working fine. So we will show the message that too high or too low. So if the user guess number is greater than the lucky number, so we will just say your guess is too high, and let me just set emoji here. Okay, and we will just do the same thing here. Your guess is too low, and let me just put emoji here. Okay, the crying one, obviously. And if you are right, let me just do hooray. Okay, and let's just put some emojis. Okay, here we are, and let's just give it a try. Okay, it's going to work because I'm doing this thing since 3 years. So okay, so your number is too high. So that's why the correct number is between 1 to 12. So let me just type 5 here. Number is too low. That means the number is between 5 to 12. So let's just try 7. It's too low. So that means the number is could be 9. Okay, so 9 was the correct answer and we got it. And now what I'm going to do, I'm also going to set up this scores and the high score and also this play again button. But before, what I want to do, I want to set the styling also. So what I want to do, I will just grab this section. Okay, I will grab this section, or you can just grab the whole body. It's completely upon you. So I'm just going to grab this main part. Okay, this main part by ID. So let me just, so that I can change the styling. So const main equals to document dot get element by id main, because main is like the bottom part, and main dot's background color is going to be green. And in the case of if the answer is wrong, what I want to do, main dot the background color is red. By the way, we can choose some better colors here. It's completely upon you. So let me just do 3. So this is the main part. Okay, this whole section is actually the main. And let me just see what is the correct answer here, because we are developers and we can cheat. So here we are. So the correct answer is 1. That's great. Now what I want, before moving to the next part, let me just announce the winner, and I will just tell you how to make your assignment. So I think we have 2 assignments. So by the way, let me, if you're feeling like the second assignment is too difficult for you, So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you assignment today in this class. So the assignment is very easy. All you have to do is to set up this again button. Okay. So again button, you have to set up this again button, and also if it's possible, you have to set up the high score as well. But I will try to complete this part here. So you have to complete this again button. So what is this again button is going to do? As soon as you click over this again button, a new random number should generate. Okay, a new random number should generate, and the game should start from very beginning. Okay. Okay, so let me just announce the winner by the way. And the winners are the first winner is Vedant Darji, and you congratulations to you because you won 500 rupees of cash like Amazon coupon. Second prize goes to Vinay Yadav. You won 150 LU coins. Third prize goes to Chauhan Mitul Kumar and 100 LU coins to you. Congratulations to everyone who won this thing. And I have an announcement again, like we are starting our new batch from 10th September. So if you are like feeling interested in all this web development, like it's just we have just scratched the surface. It's a lot more fun, and also in the class we actually communicate like friends there. So there is no like any kind of boundaries there. We can talk in the language also like we like, and it's a completely different atmosphere in our sessions for the batches, because I also take some of the batches there. Oh, okay. So by the way, you can also grab the deal, and the deal is you can get 10% directly off on all the courses that we offer. So just visit our website like letsupgrade.in, and if you visit our website, you can click on the start learning, and there you can get enrolled into full stack web development. Hopefully, I can teach you this, and you can also get enrolled into the data science part if you are into machine learning and AI. Both the courses are job ready, and we guarantee you your placement, and the duration of course is 6 months. So after that you can just get a job or like whatever you want to do. By the way, because the teachers and the Let's Upgrade are not any teachers, we are also developers, working professionals. So I also work for a company, and on the side like I do the teaching, because all the trainers in Let's Upgrade are too much passionate about spreading the knowledge, and I'm one of them. And by the way, the offer is SK10, so you can just go to the description, copy this code, and you can grab the deal. And let's move to the next part where we are going to what is the next step by the way? Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I am just going to update the score. Okay, I'm just going to update the score as soon as somebody like hit like guess something wrong. So I will just decrease the score, and it's very straightforward, very easy. So for that, I'm just going to create a score variable, score, and I'm going to use the let keyword here. Okay, the let keyword here. Let's just set up the score. The initial value of the score is going to be 5. Okay, and because I want to update the value of a score by decreasing it by 1. And the next step that I want to do is to grab this score span. So like I will just grab this score span, and I will put the text element, our score variable here. So let me just grab this span here. Okay, and it's again very easy. For that, const score element, and let's just grab this by id. Okay, and after that what I want to do is score element dot text content equals to score. So like this variable will be inserted there. Okay, that's great. And now the score is 5. And what we want to do, as soon as like well, anytime if somebody just guess the wrong answer, what we are going to do, we are going to update the score, like this variable score, by 1. So like score minus score. Okay, that's great. And after that, there's the last step that we have to do. We also have to show this thing on the screen. So what we are going to do, like score element dot text content equals to show. That's all. Okay. There are like multiple ways where you can pull off this thing. Like you can just directly have. Just give me 1 second. By the way, think it's in here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, here we are. Okay, and by the way, one more thing, like also we have to announce the loser as well. So as soon as somebody will guess the wrong answer, so let me just show you to you. So what we are going to do, we will decrease the score, and in the wrong answer part, we will check if the score is equals to 0, or it's like lesser than 0. Okay, if it is less than or equals to 0, we will just stop the game, and we will say that like what we are going to do, we will like you lost the game, the message box is going to be the lost the game, and we will grab the check button and we will update its property, like it's the attribute. Remember, in the button we have an attribute called disable, and we will make it equals to true. So that button is going to be disabled first. So now the user cannot like try again to like he cannot or she cannot like guess a number again. So let me just try the number. So let's just go to our console so that we can see what is the correct number. So the number is 18, and for intentionally, I'm just going to guess the wrong numbers. And as you can see, the score is decreasing every time. Okay, and as soon as the score becomes 0, okay, and let me just give it a one try. Okay, so I think we forgot to do something. Okay, I just forgot to do like do return here. I will just let you know what. Okay, so let me just see what is the number is 11. So let me just do wrong guessing so that we can see that if it's working. Check, 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 check. Okay, you lost the game, and now this button is no more working. Okay, now this button is not more working. And what was the problem, by the way? What was the problem, by the way? Like we have to put rest of the code inside the else block, this part. Okay, we have to write this all this code in the else part. So all the logic is here in this check number function, and rest is very easy, by the way. All the logic is inside this check number function. So let me just tell you one more time like how this check number function is working. So we are grabbing the input like the value from the input field, and after that we are checking if the number is correct, like the game is over. Like if the number is equals to the lucky number, like you're done, you won the game. But whole magic is in the wrong part, like whenever the user is guessing the wrong output. So first of all, we are setting up the background to red, then we are decreasing the value of the score by 1, and after that we are checking that after decrement, if the score is less than or equals to 1, we are just showing it, okay, you lost the game. And else if the score is greater than 1, we are just going to like show the score in the message box, and also we are going to show a hint in the message box. Okay, so it is the score element and this is the message box, right? And before ending, there was a small trick that I want to tell you, so it will be a little bit easier for you to like pull off this function. So remember what I told you, that a function can remember like return something. So for that, let me just create a function. You can name this function t, and as I can tell you that this function can return any value. So this function is going to return 10 here. And as if I just call this function, so the value is going to be 10 here. Console.log val. Okay, that's great. And but there was one thing that I like intentionally haven't told you. You cannot write anything after this else. So if I just do write any code after this else, it won't work. Okay, because as soon as you return something from a function, everything after that is going to be ignored. Okay, so everything after that is going to be ignored. So that was the thing, because it was not that much important that time. But let me just tell you one more thing, that if you just want to remove this if and else, you can just use that return thing. So you have to figure out how you can do it. So let me just show it to you. Like you can just put a return here, and if like if there is a case there where you don't want to continue, so you can just return here, so everything after that will be skipped. So in that case, you don't have to use this if else again and again. And by the way, let me just give you a hint for the assignment, and the hint for like let me just give you a hint for the image assignment. Okay, so in that case, you have to like for the first assignment, you have to create a quiz game. So it's going to be very easy. First of all, you can create a array of questions. Okay, just create an array of questions. And by the way, if you just complete any of the assignment, it's going to like very easy. Okay, so just create an array of first like object. So like question, and just put the answer here, and you can also like add the options and the answer. Okay, so you can create multiple questions here like this way. Okay, that's great. Now what you can do, you can just get a random question from this array. So just get a random question, or you can just get the current question. Okay, so current question is going to be like this one, 0. Okay, and let. Okay, so the current question is going to be like current question number is 0. Okay, and what you want to do, you will just show the current question on the screen. Okay, so just create a division, and show this question and show the options, and have two buttons like next and type the correct option, anything like that. And if you're finding that assignment too difficult, no worries, I am here for you. Like what you can do, you can just add one more functionality to this game. And like thing you want to do is to enable this again button. Okay, try to like if I just click over this again button, the score should be reset to, if I like, my score is now 3. Okay, as soon as I click on this again button, I want my game to be reset, so score should be again 5, and you should generate a new random number. Okay, so that was all. Okay, so I think, are we are getting any certificate you are going to get? Hello, can we please share? And by the way, I'm going to share the code to you. So like whole code, I'm going to share to you, and you can just have a look at the code. So you can like, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to pull off all the like this assignment, like today's one. And I think that's enough for like this JavaScript session. And yeah, you can just create any one of the assignment, and you can just try your best. By the way, you can also create a dice game like this, so like you can create multiple things. By the way, if you just generate, you can also do pull off this trick, so like changing the background color. So let me just tell you how it was working. So there is a function, and by using this function I was generating a random color, so like, and I'm just showing it to the background, that's all. Okay, so that's it, guys. What is the any percentage for this course? Which extension? Okay, for the code suggestion, I'm using GitHub Copilot for my course suggestions. Okay, React Native. How to? By the way, to persist, you can use the local storage. Okay, in the Android app, somebody asked me. You can use. If you just want to persist the data, just use async storage. Sorry, async storage. React Native async storage. You can use that. And there are multiple ways. I think we have MongoDB realm as well. You can do use that. Okay, MongoDB realm, use that. Okay, okay, here we are at the very end, and thank you for joining. I hope you get to know about some things, some updates, some and even though it you found anything difficult, so I don't feel like you found anything difficult. Like, I tried my best, and you people were great. Thank you for joining, and you can check out our course if you're like looking forward to become a full stack developer. And in our full course, the story is completely different. There is no pressure. We have a lot of fun, and we learn a lot of things. And thank you for joining. Visit our website, use my coupon code, so that like obviously it will help me as well. Okay, okay, bye bye. I had a great time with you people.